So I'm back in Delaware at Lake Gerar, hunting for bass on this beautiful early summer morning. So I've just brought two rods today. I've got my ultralight set up on the right over here, Fenwick Eagle 5.6 ultralight with a Tryon Fluger reel. Got a nice little 1/8 ounce inline spinner tied on in just a white pearl pattern. That's just to mimic any of the little bait fish that might be in this lake behind me. And then I got, for the big gun of the day, I've actually got this new rod. I've got this 6.6 medium ugly stick from Shakespeare. I picked it up from Amazon actually for about $26. I was looking actually for a travel rod, like a 2-piece 6.6 travel rod. And this for $26 really fit the bill for me, so I had to get it. I'm just gonna go see how it goes. I've never used it before. It's a little bit on the heavy side, I have to admit. Spooled it up with some 12-pound braid, got a 8-pound fluorocarbon leader on there, just a 3/0 extra wide gap worm hook, and I'm gonna throw out some of these Yum June Bug 5-inch dingers, which are something I've never used before, certainly not in this color pattern. So we're gonna see how this pairing goes and see if I can get on the end of any bass today. So this is one of those June Bug 5-inch dingers taken out of the packet. It's obviously modeled very similar to the Senko. I mean, in my hand I can't really feel too much difference, except for when I do try and squeeze, the plastic is not as pliable as the Senko's. The plastic feels a little bit more durable than the Senko's. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. In a bass's mouth, can they tell the difference? I'm not entirely sure. But if it is more durable, hopefully it'll stay on the hook a little bit longer, and obviously for, you know, $2 or $3 a pack, it obviously beats the Senko hands down when it comes to price. So if I can get on the end of any bass, I'm not really complaining all that much. So I'm just going with a classic weightless Texas rig. Now I've gone with this June Bug pattern because the water seems a little stained. I don't know if it's been raining here recently, but I'm hoping that really that flash of you know, blue and purple will really entice the bass to strike, given the water clarity. But we'll see. Alrighty. So this is the first cast on the 6.6 ugly stick from Shakespeare. So let's see how this goes. Okay, no issues on the cast. Can't complain. So I'm just bringing this Yum dinger in real nice and slow, just trying to mimic any of the grubs that might be down there on the bottom of the watershed. Nothing too crazy as I just get used to this rod and this reel. So I'm about 3 or 4 casts in, and the one thing I do notice is that the rod is very heavy. It's not a light setup, so if you're definitely looking for something that's a little lighter, you know, you're definitely not going to find it with this current setup. It's a beautiful day, but unfortunately there is a strong wind, which is really getting on my nerves, because I'm throwing out a weightless Senko and it's screwing me up on the cast just a tad. So we might have to switch out to something a little bit heavier. I remember last time I was here I caught a crappie right here. So I would not be surprised. In fact, actually, because there's a lot of bubbles right in front of me, be not surprised in the slightest if I catch something very quickly on this inline spinner. It's one of those kind of days. Oh, there's one. There's one.
Oh, Daddy's catching a fish.
Crappie.
Good job, Daddy. Your daddy caught a fish.
Oh, Daddy caught a fish. Oh, fishy, fishy. Fishy.
Do not let him touch that.
Fishy. Let's get him back in the water. There he goes. Again, just using one of those 1/8 ounce inline spinners that you can get from Bass Pro for about $1 in a white pearl colour. But I swear I've never not caught something on one of these. Whoa! Scared the crap out of me. Bass just smashed it. No way did you just go for that. No way. You're up against the shore. Huh. Frick. You came back for it, didn't you, my son? He's a little skinny. A little malnourished. Ah, we'll take him. Just switched out from the worm to this baby brush hog. And yeah, caught my first fish on it. Nice little, you know, maybe quarter, half pounder, nothing more. He was a little skinny, a little malnourished. So, no surprises there that he went for a creature bait as big as this, given his size. So I'm on the opposite side of the lake now, and I'm just throwing out this baby brush hog with a little tungsten weight. Having some problems with the reel. Line is coming off the reel a little bit, but I've been able to fix it. These brush hogs get pretty snaggable. Pretty snaggable. I'm trying to go weedless, but it doesn't seem to be helping me all that much. Bite, knew it. Alright, we've definitely found them then. They're all in this back corner. They're all little dinks. And he may have swallowed that, although I'm not sure. I don't think he swallowed it, but it came off. Again, just another little dinky bass. Nothing too crazy. So yeah, this is what I'm using. Baby brush hog, green pumpkin by Zoom, about 4 inches. That's what it looks like. Straight out of the packet. Pretty nice creature bait. Not entirely sure what it's supposed to imitate, but it's imitating something that they eat, so I'm not going to complain. You're kidding me. Oh, God. It's trailing something. That's a I had a fish. I had no idea I had a fish. Look at this guy. I had absolutely no idea I had this guy on the line. There we go. Just another little guy, tiny little dink. Had no idea he was on the line. No idea he was even on the line. This baby brush hog's not too bad. That's the second fish, third fish of the day, but the second fish on the baby brush hog. Kind of like it. You can kind of treat it like a worm, you can kind of treat it like a creature bait, slow reel it on the bottom, jig it a little bit. You can go, stop, go, stop. It's kind of interesting, kind of a nice little green pumpkin. I think it's about 4 inches. This is the junior version, the baby brush hog, so I think it's only about 4 inches long, but I really like it. It's catching dinks, which is, you know, I'll take dinks over nothing, but I wouldn't mind a nice 2 or 3 pounder right now, just to get the day going. So I've been fishing now for a couple of hours. My initial impressions of the GX2 Ugly Stick by Shakespeare is that for $26, it's a really good combo. Now, regular retail price is somewhere around $50. You can typically find them on Amazon, depending on the size that you get, but typically somewhere around 45 to 50. I think it's a pretty solid rod. The rod is pretty heavy, but that's fine by me. It just helps me with the hook set a little bit. The reel's a miss, I would say. It's on the cheaper end of things, but I can't really complain. It's not really let me down yet. Now the GX2 is clearly marketed for beginners. It is an entry-level rod, and that's exactly how I see it. It's not got the finesse or the build quality, especially on the reel, that you would be looking for if you were a little bit more experienced. But again, for an entry-level rod and reel combo, if you can find it for around $45, $50, I think you're getting your money's worth. Now I got it on sale for $26, which for me was a no-brainer. I was looking for a two-piece travel rod that I could break down and travel with when I go to Delaware and New Jersey. And for $26, I mean, for something that I'm just going to throw in the back of my car and not really think too much about, I mean, it kind of is a no-brainer. That's a fish, but he just threw it. That was nice. Well, I guess I found them. They're all in this back corner, but they're all dinks, which isn't surprising for this lake. I didn't feel that bite, you know. Didn't feel it. I thought it was a snack. I really did. That's a bite. There's the wind. That's the fish stuff. Yeah, we found him. This one's a bit nicer. This one's a little bigger. A little bit, not a lot. Oh, this one's much nicer. It's probably the biggest of the day. Oh. Got my hands a little bit, that one. Alright, we kind of found him then. So that's number 4 for the day, which is good. I mean, it's okay. It's only my second time on this lake, and it's my first time in this portion of the lake, so I'm just heading back now because I'm getting kind of hungry. Rehoboth Beach has about 15,732 grottos, pizzerias. So I've been thinking about that for the last 2 hours, and I've gone about as long as I can. The temptation's too much, it's too great, and I think I'm going to call it a day. I knew I'd get one. I knew I'd get these guys. No way did I just get one. Nice. Freaking got one on a top water. Nice. Nice, right on the top water. Sweet. Don't throw that hook. There we go. Another little dinky fish though. No. Nice, that was my first top water. Sweet.